Yo, what's good, everybody? This is Say That with Vuitton Bond. I am your host, Vuitton Bond. Welcome to the show. This is episode number 19. Before we get into the conversation, which is going to be a serious one today, this talk is brought to you by www.vuittonbondmusic.com, where you can get the Gold Bars mixtape for free. And this talk is also brought to you by the listeners of Vuitton Bond. Episode 19, let's get into it. So, in the last episode, I talked about your plan, my plans. Everybody should have a plan. Everybody should have something that they're chasing and pursuing. You should have a purpose that you're focused on. Now, if your purpose is just watching Netflix all day or Hulu, binge watching every show, well, that's fine. That's cool. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. I'm not so sure how essential, hate to beat a dead horse with that word, but I don't know how essential that is to society, but fuck it. If that's what you want to do, great. But for real masters of the universe, people who want to make something, people who want to live a high quality of life, people who don't just want to be average, well, you gotta have a plan. You gotta have a plan in place. So that was the spirit of episode 18, but funny thing, man, I got a comment from a gentleman. I want to give him a shout out real quick. Shout out to John Egan. Left me a comment just the other day. And I'll go ahead and read it right now, man. Because this is basically a rebuttal to his comment. This whole podcast, it's just a rebuttal. I need to make myself clear. So that's the intention. I just want to kind of clear some things up and kind of give y'all a message, give y'all like a little, just basically my thought process, man. So this is what the guy said. This is what he commented. He said, yo, AAs be dying, but I guess it don't matter to you. Now, yo, I'm not trying to be insensitive, number one. That's the first thing. I'm not trying to be insensitive, okay? So when I talk about we're going into a new age, this pandemic is going crazy, okay? What are you gonna do while you're sitting at home? It's coming from a place of love, okay? This is not coming from an arrogant point of view or an ignorant point of view where I'm not thinking about the seriousness of what's going on. I'm definitely thinking about that, John, and everybody else. I'm thinking about how serious this is. This is serious, man. Like, here in Wake County, we had 500 cases as of Thursday, and as of Thursday or Friday, one person's died so far. We have one death. That's very sad. Now, for the longest, nobody died from it. Nobody has succumbed from it. But just this past week, somebody died. That's a shame. Somebody just lost a family member. Now, John is talking about AAs, African Americans, people like me, people like most of your favorite rappers, people like maybe him. I don't know. I don't know John. He didn't have a picture up, so I'm not so sure. But he's right. He's got a great point. People of color are dying at a higher click than most people. People of color are being affected in more ways than one, not just by dying. Of course, a lot of black people are in positions where they're essential workers. Take me, for example, but there's a lot of us who work at grocery stores, construction workers, bus drivers, Uber drivers. We are just really being exposed at a higher rate. It's not safe. Then there's like the pre-existing conditions, heart disease, asthma is prevalent. I mean, a lot of the time our diets aren't that great. Of course, just the overall stress levels from different things, whether it's a financial thing, whether it's just stress from being black in America. That is a very, very, very stressful, potentially traumatic thing to have to go through, depending on where you're from and how old you are and all this other stuff. So yeah, this is a problem. And of course, even black people in China are being mistreated right now. That's not cool. Yes, I think something needs to be done about that. What? I'm not so sure. That's not my job. That's not my job to figure that out. My job is to focus on what I can control. My job, my intention, my focus needs to be on, okay, where do I want to go? What do I need to do? How am I going to get there? That's the reason why I made the episode last week, because that's what I'm thinking. And I just wanted to share that with y'all. Hopefully, y'all are thinking similar. Hopefully, y'all are thinking, well, how can I make this work for me? See, in a negative situation, some people are going to focus on the negative thing. They're going to focus on death and destruction. I don't focus on that in my world, on my channel, in my podcast, in the music. I don't do death and destruction. I focus on prosperity. I focus on survival because I'm still here. I'm still here. I want to uplift people. I want to benefit people as best I can. But in order to do that, I have to make sure I'm positioned in the best way possible. So that's what I can control. See, you can only control two things. You can't control people out here losing their lives to a disease. You can't control actually getting the disease yourself. Say you contract it. Say you contract the bug. You don't know what it's going to do to your body. So you can't really control that. You can only control two things: your thoughts and your actions. Think about where you want to go and do something. Or think about what you want to do and do something. That's it. Now, if you want to be somebody who changes the fact that these bad things are happening to these people, well, what do you need to do? What are you going to do to help those people? That's where you got to be focused. I'm focused on talking to my audience. I'm focused on giving y'all something to think about so that you could grow. Potentially, if you listen to me, if you want to listen to me, if you even care. Because you may not care. You just like, yo, just shut up and rhyme. Just shut up and make a song. And I'm like, cool, I'll do that too. I mean, that's my intention. I'm here to entertain y'all. But I'm also here to at least give y'all some game, at least help you guys out, make you better. So really, that's all I wanted to talk about, man. Today, I just wanted to give a rebuttal to my man, John. Yeah, I mean, look, this whole thing has been bad for a lot of people. It's been good for some people, though, believe it or not. Perspective is everything. It's all about perspective. How do you see things? That's the main key. Perspective is everything. You got to learn how to use your mind in an effective way. It's something that as human beings we struggle with mightily. We always want to focus on the negative. We always want to focus on the problem because the brain is a problem-solving organism. So we focus on what the problem is and how we can solve it. But we don't ever focus on, not naturally, not innately. We don't focus on what we're grateful for. We don't focus on what we have. So let's shift our focus. You can control your focus, aka your thoughts, your beliefs, your ideas. You can control all that. You can control what you do. You can decide to wake up at 6 a.m. You can decide to wake up at 10 a.m. You can decide to watch Netflix, or you can decide to work on that painting, work on that song, work on that podcast, or work on that YouTube video, work on that business that you got. That's all I'm saying, man. So it's episode 19 of Say That with Vuitton Bond. I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you got this far, make sure you like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. It's going to help grow the channel so more people can get this information as well as the songs. If you're on Apple, Google, Spotify, podcast, then make sure you leave a review. I'll shout you out. Leave a comment anywhere you are. I'll shout you out. and then we can have a discussion just like this. If you wanna poke the bear, or if you wanna, try to provoke me or something like that, this is thought-provoking content. Hopefully, somebody, like, if you leave me a thought-provoking comment, I might make some content out of it. This is a new thing. This is the first time I've ever been taking a task on anything with this podcast, so I love it. With all that being said, man, y'all stay safe, wash your hands, cover your face, wear a mask. Make sure y'all peep out the songs. I got new shit coming soon. So, yep, that's episode 19. Say That with Vuitton Bond. See you guys next week. We out. Say that.